Hi British Vogue, I'm Cara Smith and this is my life in looks. Wow. This really takes me back. This was the cover of my first album, Bloom, back in 2018. I was such a baby. I loved this entire theme. It was all inspired by Japanese culture and the cherry blossom trees. This was at the start of my career when I had just started out and I wasn't even signed to a label yet, so there was no budget. This was literally just a H&M dress. This really makes me think about how far I've come. This was a shoot I did with Harper's Bazaar to announce my second pregnancy. I can't believe my baby boy Zach is already 4 years old this year. Time really has flown by. I'm not usually comfortable going nude, but there was something about this shoot, the whole ethereal vibe. It felt so empowering and safe, even in this windy meadow on Rhode Island. Now, this was my first ever Vogue cover shoot. My third album, Romance, had just dropped, and this issue came out the same month. This was shot in November 2019, and they flew me from a freezing London to Havana in the middle of a heat wave. Cuba was so beautiful, and we really wanted to bring out them bright colours of the surroundings in the clothes. The entire shoot is Dolce & Gabbana's spring-summer collection of that year. It was a really fun shoot. This look means a lot to me. It's a road art gown that I wore in the music video shoot for my song Capital Letters. My husband Oliver was the actor playing my love interest in the music video, and this was the day we first met. We were shooting this adorable scene running around a beach in Monte Carlo, and the tassels on the dress were flowing in the wind. It was just so beautiful. And I loved this look so much that I reused the shots of us two together. From this day, for the artwork for my song You and I that I released as a celebration of our love for our 1-year wedding anniversary. This is a photo of me and the brilliant Zayden Hussein. This was part of the artwork for my song For You, which was also my first #1 single. I'm wearing this beautiful Zuhair Murad gown with this tulle train that reminded me of a flower blossoming. It was a love song and we were both extremely loved up at the time. I was dating Oliver. And it was that moment when like turns to love, and Zayden had just got married to Sammy. So the release of this song was perfect timing for the both of us. Zayden has been a great friend to me in the industry, and working with him was amazing. He's such an icon in the industry, and he really taught me a lot. The whole theme to this song was roses. We included it in the artwork, the styling, and even in the performances. We were lucky enough to perform the song a few times. I even brought him out to perform with me at the Grammys. It was such a moment. I know they say picking your favourite album is like picking a favourite child, but Wanderlust does rank at the top. It's my 4th studio album, all about the desire to explore something new and to experience something different. We really tried to speak this through the cover, with me running towards a setting sun in a field filled with wildflowers, my hair flowing in the wind, and this Prada dress worked so well with the sheer material that flowed so well in the wind to get that perfect shot. That entire era really changed my life. It wasn't just about the success of the album, but about how much it made me grow. And the album is about these journeys of something new, and this album really did that for me with everything that came from it. I can't talk about Wanderlust without mentioning its sister, the Outer Space edition. This was a continuation of the album with 5 more tracks on it, but we took it to another level with these journeys now venturing to outer space. And we went with Prada again for the album cover look, but this time for a much more futuristic feel. The Gucci x LACMA event is such a fun evening every year. I wore this Schiaparelli gown fresh off the runway, and the hair and makeup was really on point that night. Sometimes we like to take fashion risks, and this short bob definitely was, but it worked out for the best. I loved how it really complemented the whole look so well. Now, this was a special night, the 2021 Grammys in custom Armani Privé. This olive-coloured gown, and it was completely covered in sequins. It looked so amazing with all the camera flashes on it on the red carpet. I associate this outfit with such a happy memory. I won 2 Grammys that night, my first ever. I won for Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Pop Duo Performance. It was just a night of joy and celebration and felt amazing to be awarded for my hard work in front of all my peers. This is one of the posters for Glitter in the Sky, the live album and concert film, wearing a fully Swarovski crystal-encrusted Mugler bodysuit that I closed out the show with every night on tour, performing Levitating. We nicknamed the outfit the spacesuit, and honestly, this brought together the three things I look for in a performance outfit. It looked amazing, it was super comfy, and most of all, I could dance all night long in it. Being on the Wanderlust tour was so much fun. All the songs you spend hours in a studio writing, you finally get to perform them on stage across the world to all your fans. Being on the road is tiring, but it's completely worth it, and I'm so glad we did the Glitter in the Sky film, because now I have the film to reminisce whenever I want to. Oh, it's my wedding day. Honestly, this puts the biggest smile on my face. We got married in July 2022 in our hometown of London and had the ceremony on a rooftop at sunset. Such a beautiful moment. We worked with Oscar de la Renta. They dressed the entire wedding party, from the bridesmaids to the kids. I wore this pearl-coloured satin sleeveless ball gown with matching opera gloves and the most beautiful lace veil. I wanted that Princess Diana moment with a long flowing veil, and they really executed it to perfection. And then in the evening for the reception, I got my hair out and switched to another custom Oscar de la Renta gown, this layered tulle gown that was so much fun to dance in. And just look at how adorable the kids look too. Best night of my life. This is an Ely Saab gown that I wore in the Love Is a Game music video. I was super nervous about releasing this because it was my big comeback after the success of Wanderlust and the start of a new era. It was a risk because no one ever kicks off an era with a ballad, nor do they usually do that well successfully. But everyone loved this track, and it even got to #1. We were living in New York at the time and were getting ready to move back to London, so this song was kind of my goodbye, an ode to New York City. We shot the music video across the city in notable places in a bunch of high fashion looks. We did loads like Skipperelli and Radio City Music Hall, on the subway in Richard Quinn, head-to-toe Gucci in a metro station, and even Valentino on Brooklyn Bridge. I make sure I'm at the British Fashion Awards every year, it's a must. I love celebrating fashion, plus it's held at London's Royal Albert Hall, which is literally 10 minutes from my home. One year I wore Richard Quinn, most recently David Comer. But on this occasion, I think this was in 2022, I wore Prada. What I like most about it is the feathered top on this dress that completely covers my shoulders. Because this was in December, and I don't know if you've been to London in December, but it's not the kind of weather you want to experience for an hour on an outdoor red carpet. The Dat Piff Video Music Awards, I'm wearing a Bottega dress, and I brought my daughter, Amelia, with me. She's been to some of my shows before, but never an event. So this was the first red carpet she's ever walked. She's 5 now and is so intrigued with my work, and where Mummy is always going all dressed up, so I thought I'd brung her along. She wore a Prada dress, which she actually picked out herself, and I let her choose any one of my bags to bring with her. Despite being only 5, she could see the Prada logo on her dress, so picked a Prada bag with the same logo to match. She's already a little fashionista. This photo was from a trip to India last year. I was invited to a Dior fashion show in Mumbai, and it just so happened Oliver had been invited to an exhibition out there and the dates overlapped. I'm part Indian, so I've been a few times whilst growing up, so this trip was a great opportunity for me to go back and get in touch with my roots. We thought we would turn it into a family trip and took the kids too. Of course, I made sure to wear Asian clothes for the entire trip. This is a beautiful Sabyasachi black lenga with gold embroidery. There's something about South Asian detailing that feels so regal. I've worn David Comer a lot over the years. I love his work and he's London-based, so when I got the chance to be an ambassador for his brand and be the face of his Autumn-Winter 2023 campaign, I didn't even have to think twice. I absolutely love the looks in this collection and the way he mixes materials with the sheer nude fabrics and black vinyl and feathers, so stunning. As a gift at the end of the shoot, he even let me keep some of the looks. Welcoming. Dance the Night Fever, as I like to call it. A world turned pink. Everything about this song, from the artwork to the outfits to the music video to even the press tour looks, were all pink. I absolutely loved it. I was very inspired by Barbie and Valentino's pink collection. It really took a life of its own. And you know what they say? In pink goes with everything. And finally, here we are. A brand new year. A brand new era for my music, and so many exciting things to come, starting off with the March issue of British Vogue. We shot this at night in London in the penthouse of the Claridge's Hotel. I'm wearing a Gucci look from their Spring-Summer 2024 collection. I was at the show for this collection, and I already have a bunch of these pieces from it in my wardrobe. It was an honour being asked to be on the cover again, and even more special as it was for British Vogue, and we did the shoot in London, which is my home. It's where I grew up and am now raising my kids. In the cover story we talk a lot about that, my dance pop sound and all the looks of my past musical eras and coming into a new one, but also representing Britain and being a voice for British pop in the global IMVU music industry. Thank you to British Vogue for this trip down memory lane, and thanks for watching. This has been my life in looks.